Hello. Right. So fun. Ow! This is what people do. This is what the grown-ups do in Taos. Hug each other wildly and beat each other down with snowballs. Ow! Oh, check him out. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey Jeff, here's your bagel.
Hello, mate.
Okay, so I'm going to be talking a little bit in this video. So yeah, so I got a commission. I painted this painting, I don't know, about 6 months ago maybe. And the gallery sold it pretty quick, which was cool. A lady wanted the painting, but she needed it smaller. And so she just said, paint me any kind of cubism landscape painting, but I need this size. Which, you know, I'm fine with that. I don't care. I get it. You got certain size walls in your house, and if you want a painting, cool. So this is the size she wanted. So I'm going to do a variation of that painting here. So as always, I'm just going to draw it out kind of quick. Get some broad strokes in here. Roughly where I want mountains and sky. That's kind of how it starts, you know. So I'm going to raise it up a little bit. Painting is really easy, and I don't know why more people don't do it. And there's a ton of money in it, and so, like, I mean, I'm not even that hard of a worker, and, like, you know, I do all right. I don't even really try that hard. So I don't know why more people don't take advantage of that and sell paintings, because it's pretty easy. I heard this quote one time from Arnold Palmer, the golfer. Someone accused him of getting lucky while he was playing golf, that he had something lucky happen. And he said, you know, it's funny, the more I practice, the luckier I get. From that, I thought that's what it is. That it's not about luck. It's not about being born with talent. It's about just, you know, putting in the hours of practice. And so, you know, once you do 1,500, 1,000 or 1,500 paintings, you're bound to be pretty decent at it. You're going to be better than someone who just painted 10 paintings. That's all it is. It's not this big secret. It's not complicated. It's just a matter of putting in the time. I always tell people to read Outliers. It's a Malcolm Gladwell book. It's a really good book. And to read The War of Art. Those are two really good books that talk about making a living as an artist and how to do it, how to practice. In this first, 10 minutes or something, you're just figuring out vibe. You're just figuring out the tone, the basic shapes, the basic, just everything basic. And think big picture. Don't get lost in a bunch of details. Like I wouldn't come in here and start doing all the trees and making them all perfect and, every little branch or whatever. Because, I may want who knows what. So you want to start big and kind of zero in. So right now I'm just thinking mountains, water, sky, 3 elements. That's it. I mean, the next step is I'm going to give the canvas some tones. I'm going to get rid of all this white, and I'm going to take a break real quick. I got to go to the bathroom, and it's hot in here. I got hot in here. And I know some artists are like, oh, you know, real artists don't do commissions. You know, you gotta paint what you want to paint or whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, that's for you. You know, I personally, I've told people this before, that I enjoy the act of painting. I don't care what I paint. And I've told galleries, I've said, hey, if paintings of nuts and bolts become popular, tell me. I'll paint nuts and bolts. And it'll be one of the best paintings of nuts and bolts you've ever seen. I don't care. You know, I'm not some, you know, I don't know, whatever. I'm not too good to do a painting of nuts and bolts. I'll do it. So that's how I feel on commissions. And you know what? Every commission I've ever done, it kind of forces me to go to an uncomfortable spot, in the sense of like one time, okay, I used to do these paintings. I haven't done one in a while, but of these chimpanzees, you know, and they're pretty realistic. Well, there's one over here. This one I just never took into the gallery. I like this one. I just never took it in. Oh, my shadow's on it. But you get the idea. And one time, this couple, they wanted a painting of them as chimpanzees. So they wanted a portrait, a husband and wife, wanted a portrait of them as if they were chimpanzees. And I said, yeah, I'll try it. I don't care. I'll give it a shot. And I did. And it was weird. I mean, that was a weird commission. And, whoops, that got a little dark. But, you know, it was kind of cool. And I learned a few tricks about trying to incorporate humans into a painting, kind of Planet of the Apes style, whatever. And, you know, it was weird. I probably wouldn't do it again. But I learned some things doing it. Just because it was a weird challenge, you know. Okay, so here we are. We're maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes into this. And you can see that, you know, basically got it drawn out real quick. Got rid of all the white. Just gave it a tone. And you can kind of see I've established the three main ingredients of this painting: sky, mountain, water. Here's what the palette looks like so far. You know, I'm keeping it pretty watery, pretty thin. You know, this will be oil paint going on top of this. Of course, most everyone knows you can put oil on top of acrylic, but you can't put acrylic on top of oil. So I can't stress enough to, in this first few minutes, to just stay just stay loose. And this is not important at this point. So, you know, I'm just kind of showing that, like, this is just such a beginning stage and such a preliminary wash that we just want to keep it loose. Don't get too serious. Plus, this is making some cool stuff, which might stay in the painting. You know, I might use some of that. Let nature do its thing, you know. Because, yeah, see, look how cool that is. Isn't that cool? How cool this is. And it might stay, might get painted over. I don't know. This is so early. Who knows? You know, it's weird. I'm here, like I'm by myself, but talking to a camera. And like I'm nervous. Like it's weird, like no one's around, but like I'm like, oh, like all like talking to a huge audience or something. I was a teacher for like 6 months back when I was like 27. I was at like this really bad college called Al Collins. A college called Al Collins. Can you believe that? It was weird. It was a weird experience, but I didn't really like it. And they fired me pretty quick because I like flunked a lot of people because they were just not very good. And they weren't even showing up. So like, I didn't care. You know, they didn't care. I didn't care. Nobody cared at that place. At Al Collins School of Art. Al Collins. I get asked by a lot of people, like, you know, younger artists or even older artists, I guess, or people who want to make a living as an artist. And they're like, what do I do? How do I do it? And I tell them it's not hard. And there's like a lot of money in this. Like if someone wanted to work hard at it, like I don't really work that hard at it. I kind of goof off a lot. I got a lot of other hobbies. I like old cars. I like the farming thing. And so, you know, I hardly put in any time at all, really. And so, you know, I'm like, if someone really wanted to put in the effort, they could make a lot of money in the art business. Okay, so this is like a half hour in. I'm gonna take a quick break and charge this battery. It looks like I gotta charge some batteries. Okay, so I got the battery charged back up, and I did a little bit. Gave it another layer, started dropping in these trees, added a little bit more defining the shapes in the sky. And, you know, as far as these trees, like I'm not, you know, it's pretty loose. I'm not thinking, you know, in fact, like I would advise against thinking, like just do it. You know, this is not super well thought out. Like this is just, you know, just putting them in there, just not thinking, just feeling it. Like, you know, I knew I wanted trees, and I knew they're going to get smaller back here and they're going to get bigger in the foreground, and I'm just throwing them in, and they might get painted over. Some of these will get painted over. Some of them won't. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't think. Like, I would advise against thinking. Yeah, try to avoid thinking, especially in the stage 1 of your painting. You kind of just want to let the spirit come through, you know. Let it, you know, that's the art. You know, the art is, and here's the thing, once you get better at drawing and better at painting to where you don't have to think as much, to where you just know what to do, well, that's where you want to be, you know. Because the less you think, the more the magic can come through. You know, a lot of people aren't comfortable with the whole God thing. It's like too much. But you know, the magic is best when you're not thinking a whole lot, you know. You're just doing it. And I'm kind of starting to see something shape up that I like. I kind of like this stair step. Purple, red, pink, yellow. And then we'll do purples and blues in the sky. Some yellows. And I think that'll be kind of cool. I'll be able to walk away. So like here, see, I didn't draw this. That's, you know, that's that magic. That's that God coming through. That's just cool. That's just nature happening. And that's what you want. Now, will I leave it? I don't know. We'll see. It might. That's a cool thing happening. Will it stay? I don't know. We'll see. But because I wasn't thinking, that happened. My goal is to stop thinking completely. I'm hoping that one day I'll get so good at this, I won't think. I'm really liking this white, or this lighter tone, and this lighter tone here. It's kind of cool. It's like the sun's coming in, crashing in right there. So yeah, I think this will be a good one. I mean, they're all good, but I think this one will be cool. I don't know if you can see. I need a separate postcard. Let me find a postcard. Yeah, so also, I mean, not to be pitching stuff, but there's a guy, a business, who prints my paintings, and he does these postcards, and they're gorgeous. And I guess he's selling a lot of them. I mean, I get nice checks from him, so that's pretty cool. But I don't know if this will show up or not. You can see, like, there's these little stripes in here, and those were actually just runs in the paint from when I did this one. And I just liked them. I thought they were cool, how the runs happened in different spots. And I just left them. There's a little one right there. It may not be showing up on the camera. There's some big ones. And I just thought it was cool. And I painted around them. So maybe something like that will happen here. I'm not sure. But it was like runs like this. And I just painted around them. Because it was kind of cool. It added a little, broke up some spaces. Did some cool stuff. Yeah, they may stay, so we'll see. Yeah, it's, if you want some of these, what is it? Fine Art New Mexico. Okay, so I kind of made another pass on it. Did a few more, a little bit more layering of the colors. Got into the sky a little bit more, defined it. And at this point, I think I'm ready to let the acrylic dry, and then I'll come in with the pencil and start drawing the lines and start, chopping it up into the different sections and defining things a little bit more. And then I'll get into the oil paint. That'll probably be tomorrow. It got late. Oh wow. It's almost 2 in the morning. I didn't get out here. By the time I actually started painting, it was almost midnight. So this is 2 hours right here. And, but it looks good. It's a good start. The ice has been broken. And from here, it'll go pretty quick. When you have a big white blank canvas, it's a little intimidating. It's a little hard to get it going. Now that's been busted and it's time to go. So cool. Look at that. They haven't even moved. Okay, so I worked a little bit more last night, started getting in the pencil lines, and I got about halfway down. Not all of these lines are going to stay. Some of them will get painted over, but they're there, and I can start going in, and kind of like a color by numbers, I'll start filling in shapes, and I'll make a painting. I'm struggling with this one. I'm not sure why. I'll figure it out once I get to the paint, hopefully. But I'm liking it. Kind of a Tim Burton kind of thing going on. I'm losing my voice. It's been a rough weekend. It's Sunday night. I managed to get in a couple hours on it. You can see I started bringing in the oil paint and started shaping up. I tend to work top to bottom, left to right. Now it's a matter of just going through and, you know, like I said before, kind of a paint by numbers, picking out little shapes, coloring them in. I like to pick an area to semi-finish or finish it 90%. And that is kind of what I'll use as the vibe for the rest of the painting, or the level that I want the rest of the painting to get to. And this is kind of it. I like this, and I'm going to try and make the rest of the painting expand from that. Or I'm going to drive the rest of the painting in this direction. Okay, I'm up to about 10 hours. That includes stretching the canvas and gessoing it, prepping it, all that good stuff. I've got, you know, I'm getting into the oil paint. I'll be going back. A lot of these will get a second coat of paint, and a lot of this you can see the acrylic showing through, and just kind of cleaned up. I'll also start doing a lot more of these fades. I really like that, so I'm going to do that. I want to break up this shape. I don't like that shape. I'll break up this shape. I don't like that one. But it's getting there. I'm getting it figured out. This is a really pretty color. I like this teal. I may try and bring that in, especially more here on the horizon line. Maybe bring it down in here. But yeah, it's getting there. And at 10 hours, you know, 1,000 journeys starts with a step or whatever. A 1,000 mile. You got to take the first step. This is the first step. I'm hopefully going to rest my voice tonight. I got some farm stuff I got to do. And now I'm up to about 16 hours. It's looking super cool. I got all the lines drawn in now. I'm just kind of doing like 80%, I guess. Like I'm leaving places blank. That way, once I make a pass through and get about 80% of them painted in, I can come back and tweak it a bit. You know, if I want the sky to be more blue or more yellow or turquoise or whatever, or stripes. Actually, I'm probably going to put some stripes up there. I do know I want the mountains to be more green. I like this dirty greenish brown tan color. I like that. So I'm going to do more of that. I got about 10 or 12 days to finish it. It is springtime. I got a lot of farm stuff I got to get done. Hello.
So apparently days ago,
Yeah.
already not well made, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and so this is enough.
Is that enough?
Yeah. Oh, I'll have one more scoop.
Yeah.
Because,
I would think so.
what? This is mustard greens, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Enjoy
but
your mustard
I know,
greens.
and then I told him I said, Jeff is doing real well. He must look you up on the internet or something.
Oh.
He said, I know his paintings are doing well. I said, yeah, they are. He paid up his whole place. He said he did. Well, he did. He said, oh my God, you think too much. Yeah, and all my hot dogs, my hot dog buns.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, bye, Mr. Jeff.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, on Monday I'm gonna go some more to some more insurance places.
Okay.